Hello again, I am Blunty. Now, to the regular viewers, I know I've been a bit heavy on the photography stuff lately. It's just because there's a lot of photography stuff going on at the moment. Lots of new gear coming out, lots of exciting things happening. But if you don't come to my channel for that stuff, don't freak out. There is more other stuff coming, more rants and rambles and reviews of other bits and pieces. And there's an Android handset review coming up, Xperia S, which is pretty cool. And there's an Android gaming stuff coming up. There's more general gaming stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that I usually do. But I've been heavy on the photography stuff because, like I said, there's lots of exciting things going on in the photography world right now. And if you are into photography and you visit other websites and you go to their forums or the comment section and stuff like that, you'll be quite aware at the moment that all this new gear is causing all kinds of explosions and implosions of flamey, fiery death from photo nerds and gear hounds and trolls and fantards and countless know-it-alls all pissing in each other's pockets or pissing in each other's eyes about which new gear does what best and which one should you buy and which one you should spend your money on. But it's quite easy to get caught up in all that because it is exciting. It's easy to get passionate about this stuff, and it's even a bit easier to become sort of brand blinded sometimes, which is a terrible thing to be. But it's important to remember that photography isn't about the gear. It never has been. The gear is just a tool to get the job done. The job is to get a pretty picture, and whether that's a pretty picture for a pretty picture's sake, or it's a pretty picture to make a statement about something, if you're an arty-farty type, or if it's a pretty picture that just tells a story of a person or a thing or an event or whatever it is. The picture is the end result. That's the point of having the gear in the first place. The gear is merely tools, exciting and fun tools that do exciting and fun things, and it's fun to talk about them, but it's also important to remember that whether photography for you is a hobby or a passion or a profession, or wherever you are on that spectrum of photography use, it's about the final image, and it can also be about the camaraderie. That's an awkward word to say when you're not prepared for it, when it just floats off the top of your head. Anyway, the community of photographers is also fairly exciting, particularly in recent years with the advent of the internet, and it's making sort of sharing images much, much easier, and talking about images much, much easier, and talking about the equipment much easier, and arguing about everything. But the point is, the social aspects of photography are becoming ever more important and ever more vibrant in this day and age because of all these wonderful tools we have online to share and comment and just go nuts and meet like-minded people. And that's where this thing called the Walk Down Under comes in. Hashtag the Walk Down Under. It's a Google Plus thing, and basically it's a whole group of separate photo walks around Australia, all done on the same day as a sort of a big, huge group exercise thing, and it's fascinating. It's organised and run by local passionate photographers through Google Plus, and with the assistance of Google themselves, who threw some cash to help run the events, because Google Plus has become an increasingly more important place for photographers who are interested in the social side and sharing side to go, because Google Plus is particularly good for that, as many photographers have been discovering. And of course, Google wants to encourage that. That's why they threw money at this Walk Down Under thing, because they want to encourage photographers to use Google Plus, because the more people use Google Plus, the better it is for Google, because, well, it's Google. So this weekend I attended the latest and what turned out to be the biggest Google Plus Walk Down Under photo walk thingy that has ever been run. It's the second one that's ever been run, I think. I think I'm correct in that. Someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong, because it's the internet, and if anyone's ever a little bit wrong about anything, someone's going to correct you! Anyway, I went along to see what it was all about, and because I'll take any excuse to go out with a camera and shoot some stuff, so here's how it broke down for me. At the Sydney Walk, we were all instructed to gather at the crack of bloody hell what time it is o'clock, down at the King Street Wharf. So, while the sun was still face down in its metaphorical pillow waiting for its morning wood to go down, photo nerds of all ages and all skill levels began to gather. There were greybeard professional snappers with rigs that cost as much as a date with your mother, and there were kids with hand-me-down cameras and everyone in between. And we all had one thing in common. Making photographs is something we loved doing, and all throughout the day I saw the more experienced shooters and the greybeards happily and even eagerly passing on hints and tips to the excited newbies in the crowd. It was frankly a wonderfully encouraging thing to see. We were all issued with Google Plus branded t-shirts, which made us look not unlike some kind of Wiggles-themed flash mob, and we boarded a big boat bound for a cruise of Sydney Harbour, now being warmly caressed by the rising sun. And we slowly made our way to the main location for the walk, Cockatoo Island, once a prison, then a shipyard, and now a heritage-listed tourist spot filled with all manner of interesting things to poke a lens at. It was a pretty good choice of location, I thought. I'd never been there before, so I was excited to see what the place had to offer. But before that, Google were kind enough to throw food at our grumbling bellies and gaping maws. Nothing better than some bacon and eggs before going exploring for interesting pictures. It's about now when my brain switched into full-on stills mode, and I kind of forgot to take any more video for a while. So let's take a look at some of my better shots from the day, in a semi-cheesy animated slideshow kind of thing, and I'll be back in a few minutes. If you'd like to look at all these pics properly, they are of course online in my Google Plus photo galleries thingy, link in the video description. So we all spent a few hours wandering around in a gloriously perfect morning, exploring the amazing Cookadoo Island and whatever photo opportunities it had for us. Our batteries depleted and memory cards swelling, the boat returned, and about 230 or something of us boarded, and having apparently just broken a world record for largest photo walk, which, you know, hooray for all the bragging rights and everything, but frankly, who cares? All that matters is we had a fantastically pleasant day with like-minded folk, and thousands of pretty new pictures were created for no other reason than to create pretty pictures. The passionate photographer at its purest, most honest, most down-to-earth, just get out there and shoot. It was awesome. There is, of course, a link in the video description for the Google search for the hashtag thewalkdownunder, hashtag search stream thing where you can find out what everyone else has been posting and all their photos and shared experiences and just people sort of blabbering on about what a fantastic and wonderful day it is. And hey, maybe you'll even come along to the next one. It doesn't matter what your skill level is or what you shoot with or what equipment you have or what kind of stuff you like to shoot. Everybody is welcome at the walks, and as far as I could see, everyone had a bloody blast. I'm not sort of being paid to promote or anything. I just went along. I found out about it and I went along and I had a blast, and I came away with some wonderful pictures, even if I do say so myself. So I thought I would share it with you guys because, you know, I'd never heard of it until a week before the thing actually happened. So, you know, who knows how many other people have never heard of this wonderful thing that goes on. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time. And just before I go, I know I said at the start that the gear really doesn't matter. We spend too much time arguing about the gear and it's all about the end result, but I know I'm going to get asked about what gear I was shooting with that day anyway, because that is a part of photography as well. You know, better tools help you be a better photographer, but they have the be-all and end-all. But let's not start that argument. But if you are curious about what tools I was using on that day, there is a link in the video description to a video on my other secondary account that goes through the gear I was using for that day. So thanks for watching. I'm Blunty. Catch you next time.